place. Mark, what are you doing here?
So there was that one time, I slammed the door on the Grand Nagus,
Are you threatening me?
which was not intentional.
Gotcha!
So for the most part, I'm going to try to explain what happened that time I slammed the door on the Grand Nagus. Think of which direction to go. I guess left to right makes the most sense. Maybe this color is better to start with so you don't flashbanged. And we need a drawing utensil. This is a wall. This is an entryway. So you're going from outside, inside, right? So the Nagus was about here and was opening this door, right? So there's a door here. It swings in. Is that a good representation of a door? It swings. The door is sealed from the outside. You open this door, and then inside of here is a small hallway that is a man trap or an airlock, basically. And then there's another door right here, and it's like this. Door is here, and it swings open like this. I left this open so you can see it's an entryway, right? But in the middle, this is an airlock, the man trap. So the Grand Nagus was here, entering, and then I come up from behind, because I had to go out to pick up something, and then I had to come right back, right?
The Nagus! The Grand Nagus! Yes! Yes!
So I'm in a hurry, not a huge hurry, but I need to get back inside. So the Grand Nagus was opening this door, and then so when I get behind him, because I'm waiting, because I need to go in too, right? He turns around and looks at me, and you can tell he's sort of wondering, like, why are you standing behind me? I think it's not unreasonable, but he stopped trying to go in, right? So I say hello, and then he says, "Oh, you," and then he goes back to opening, right? So then he opens, and he's going in, and so I hold the door open for him. Since he's already open, and I have to go in too. I hold the door open for him so he can proceed, right? And then the Grand Nagus goes from here to here. So the Grand Nagus is here, right? And these are like receptacles where you can retrieve messages right here. There's a bunch of them in this facility. So I'm here holding the door open, and he just goes right here, and he doesn't go to this door.
Can I interest you in some hoop hydrant beetle snuff?
So then I need to get in, right? So then I go to this door, and I'm holding this door open while I'm opening this door. So then I open this door so he can go through, right? Because I don't know why he didn't go through, but I was like, okay, whatever. I need to go through, so I'm going to open the door. So I'm holding both of these doors open for the airlock, which is not what you should do for like any sort of man trap or airlock. And he's still just standing here. And he might have said something like, "Oh, I'm not going in yet." So I'm like, okay. So I'm holding both these doors open. So I have to go in, right? And in order to go in, I'm going to have to let go of these doors. So I let go of this door, and he's standing right here in the corner. And this door swings, and he stops it with his hand.
You don't grab power, accumulate it quietly without anyone noticing.
But it's like these doors are old-fashioned, right? So they swing like super hard. So it swings and it slams into him. I mean, he stops it with his hand. I don't know what else I could have done there, and I don't know why he was standing in this doorway. But I guess the Grand Nagus probably isn't used to dealing with your average plebeian. So yeah, I hustled into the facility and I got back to whatever I was doing, and that's how I slammed the door. Grand Nagus.
Grand Nagus or no Grand Nagus.
I will say that after this happened, I thought about it, and we did have these doors fixed because you can adjust. I think it's on Technology Connections I saw on YouTube. When you have an auto door closer, which both of these doors have, you can adjust the settings for two things. One, how hard or fast this door goes from being completely open to near closed. And then two, how hard it goes from being like right here near closed to fully closed. So you can adjust these two settings. And I think this initial swing, was set too high. And I don't think anybody had ever configured it. And like the automatic door closer on these are like vintage. Like they were probably made back in the 30s. So they were very old. So they didn't have like the standard style like settings. You have to use like a large wrench, like a monkey wrench or a pipe wrench in order to adjust these.
It's like talking to a Klingon.
But they did get adjusted so that the swing wasn't so hard, which is fine because there's two doors. If there was only one door, I could understand if you wanted to swing really hard because you have to overcome the air pressure for the whole building and you don't want someone to follow you in. But it's fine if they're slower because you have two. So if someone follows you in, they're only going to get into this area because it's a man trap or an airlock. They're not going to be able to get into the next area. Yeah, so this was then, both of these were reconfigured so that the swing, the initial swing, was lessened. It was slowed down.
Sometimes the only thing more dangerous than a question is an answer.
And then you can just increase the final part where it shuts on both doors. And then additionally, I think when that was repaired, also something about the latching mechanism on this door might have been repaired. But I don't know all the details of that. All I know is that after this happened, I felt bad for the Grand Nagus, and I knew that there was a solution thanks to Technology Connections and his study in everyday common technology. So I'm grateful to him. Hopefully, nobody will get the door slammed on them in the future. So yeah, that's how the door got slammed on the Grand Nagus.
Good! Then you could help them!
No! It's a female!